The movie starts with people lined up on the front porch of a beautifully decorated house. They're all bundled up in coats, Christmas hats, and mufflers, holding their music sheets. The Christmas lights are twinkling behind them. Emma's dad notices Tyler is missing from the group, and Emma thinks she knows where he went. Her dad asks her to go get him, so she heads off to find him. Tyler has isolated himself because he's scared he can't live up to Emma's dad's expectations. He feels he can't take the lead in the carol. Emma offers to sing with him so he can feel more at ease. It's Christmas, and the carols aren't going to sing themselves. The pair return to the group, and just as she promised, Emma helps Tyler harmonize. When they're done, Emma's dad wears a smile, expressing that they've done well. The next scene shows Emma all grown up. She works at a talent management company, and her boss, Rachel, put her in charge of handling a client for a Christmas Eve gala at the Met. She's on the phone, reassuring the client that she has everything under control when Rachel walks up to her and hands her a cup of coffee. Emma mentions that the client is impressed so far, and Rachel isn't surprised, knowing Emma is good at her job. But Rachel hasn't just come with compliments. Tyler's now a celebrity, but Emma never mentioned they were childhood friends. Rachel shows her a magazine with a photo of a young Emma and Tyler together. Rachel points out that keeping connections like that a secret isn't good for the company. Emma clarifies that she and Tyler have lost touch, and Tyler is just someone she used to know. Rachel isn't convinced. She believes the photo alone gives off a vibe that there was more between the two. Tyler has had this conversation before, and he's having it again. His label wants him to get cooking in the studio and deliver another album with great hits. Seeing it's the holidays, his best album has been topping the charts, and it's only fair that he gives his fans something new. His last album didn't do so well, and his manager Mitch believes it's because Tyler didn't stick to what's in high demand. Tyler insists he wants to do things his way. He's not a pushover, and decides whoever can't see his vision has to go. Mitch realizes Tyler is firing him. Tyler's mind is made up though, and there's not much Mitch can do to get him to reconsider. Rachel calls Emma into her office trying to use a tactic that Emma immediately sees right through. She starts by saying she'd like Emma to take a leave from the office and enjoy the holidays. Emma remarks the holidays are usually the most busy time in the office. Rachel confesses that she learned Tyler fired Mitch. This means Tyler will need a new manager, and Rachel is tasking Emma with convincing Tyler to sign with their company. She points out that Emma and Tyler's shared history will be an added advantage when trying to convince Tyler. Emma asks for time to think about her new assignment. Jet shows up to Emma's surprise. Rachel has thought their new agenda through and called Jeff, Emma's brother, to drive Emma home for the assignment. This leaves Emma not much choice but to say yes to the task. On the ride to Emma's hometown, Jet brings up Tyler, wanting to know if there have been any recent sparks between him and Emma. Emma says that she saw Tyler a while back at an event, but Tyler was busy, and they never said more than casual greetings to each other. Emma states their love story ended in high school, and they've both moved on to different paths and careers. Jet runs their mom's antique shop. Business isn't booming, but it keeps him busy, while he's still trying to figure things out for the long run. Home is just as Emma left it. Jet calls it one of the few consistencies. Emma wonders why Jet hasn't considered relocating, and he voices she's more ambitious than he is. Although she's there for a job, she admits she's missed home. Jet lets on they've missed her too. She doesn't have a solid plan for the task ahead. She's thinking of just going with the flow, hoping the right moment will come for her to convince Tyler to sign with her company. Jet discloses their father and Tyler's mom put together a potluck to celebrate her return. Emma needs to bring a dish and blend into the festive mode. Emma asks the antique shop and opines it needs work. The place is cluttered and lacks the spirit of Christmas. Emma spots a lot of marketable items, but the shop as a whole needs a better presentation so people can be moved to take a look. Jet doesn't mind Emma taking charge with her brilliant ideas. He admits he's not the best at running a business. Meanwhile, Tyler is home and his mom is excited to have him. She's touched that he always comes home for Christmas even though he has a busy schedule. He replies that home is better than anywhere else, and he always looks forward to returning to it. Tyler assures her that touring is fine, and it's nothing to worry about, even though it's hectic, and it means he's always on the road. He notices his mom hasn't gotten a Christmas tree yet, and she remarks that he can help her get one. She's envisioning Christmas tree decorations at the potluck, together with the blooms. Tyler feels it's a nice idea. It's been a while since he last saw Frank and Jet. His mom mentions Emma is also around, and this catches Tyler off guard. He does his best to hide his surprise, even as his mom infers he and Emma will have a lot of catching up to do. Emma walks confidently into her old school, where the photo from the magazine is well known. The original picture has been framed and displayed in the school's archives for everyone to see. She pauses to look at it, a smile crossing her face, before continuing on her way. Frank finishes his music class with the carol singers, and Emma walks in, joking about how it feels like she's stepped back in time. She remembers when she used to be one of the students, singing carols under her dad's watch. Frank isn't expecting her, but he's happy to see her anyway. Emma tells her dad her main job is to get Tyler to sign with her company. Frank mentions the school board might make things tough this Christmas. They're looking over the budget, and he needs to convince them to pay for the celebration. Emma thinks they'll agree since it's more of a tradition, but her dad points out the recent flood in the auditorium from a frozen pipe, so getting the board on board won't be easy. Regardless, he won't lose hope as there's still a week before Christmas. Enough time for a miracle. Mr. Bloom bids his daughter goodbye with a kiss, as he has work to return to. They'll see each other later at the potluck. Tyler helps his mom buy a tree. Emma happens to be there as well. Her vision is obscured by the tree she just bought, so she doesn't realize it's Tyler. She calls out to help her carry her tree to her trunk. He fakes his voice and hides his face with the tree, right until she tries to tip him for his help. She's excited to see him, and they fall into a hug. Tyler notes it's rare for Emma to be home for the holidays, and she remarks that she decided to put home first this time. Yeah, right. Tyler mentions Haliver hits differently during Christmas, and Emma can truthfully agree with that. The thorns and blooms are gathered for Christmas. Emma is adding finishing touches to the tree decorations. Mrs. Thorne states she's happy for the reunion, as it's long overdue. Everyone is present except Frank. He comes in late with a troubled countenance, and he initially wants to put it aside so they can enjoy the potluck. Emma asks him to spill, so he relays the bad news. The school's auditorium won't be fixed in time for the celebration. This means they have no venue or funding. While Mrs. Thorne and Mr. Bloom are in the kitchen, Emma, Tyler, and Jet are discussing. Tyler wants to cover the funds, but Frank would most likely reject his generosity. Emma comes up with a movement in the community their father can spearhead. They agree it's a plan that could work. The next morning, Emma is hard at work, but she's reminded she's prioritizing the wrong job when she gets a text from Rachel, asking how it's going with getting Tyler to sign. Emma ignores the text and agrees to join her dad for rehearsals. At the rehearsal, Tyler entertains the students with a Christmas jingle. Emma didn't know her dad had invited Tyler as well. Frank goes on to introduce both Tyler and Emma to the students. He explains they once led the traditional Christmas celebration and sang a now-famous version of Silent Night. The kids are aware because friends and family who witnessed it always bring it up. Frank suggests they recreate that moment from the past. Tyler is already on stage with his guitar, and after a little hesitation, Emma agrees to join him. By the end of the song, the crowd bursts into applause and cheers, thrilled to see they haven't lost their spark. The kids have questions afterward. One wants to know if Emma's going to be a singer like Tyler. Emma answers she's more into songwriting, but she's a music manager. And although it's not songwriting, she's just as passionate about it because it helps talent get discovered. Emma stirs the conversation to the Christmas celebration. Tyler states they need to put heads together and figure out a new venue and funding. Someone mentions it seems impossible, as the celebration is just a week away. Frank informs them that Tyler has offered to cover the funds, but this doesn't mean all hands shouldn't be on deck, as it's a celebration for the community, so the community has to be involved in the preparation. It's a snowy night when Tyler comes to the antique shop and asks the Bloom siblings if they'd like to assist him get a tree for the choir room. They agree to go with him. At the lot, Tyler offers to get them hot chocolate. The siblings go ahead while he's ordering, and Jet brings up the elephant in the room. Emma insists there's no elephant in the room, and she's just going with the flow as intended. Yes, she and Tyler have a history, but they're past that and they can just keep moving forward. Plus, she has bigger fish to fry than a long-lost romance. She has to tell her boss she can't sign Tyler. Jet doesn't understand how that's possible because she hasn't even asked him yet. Before she can explain further, Tyler comes with their steamy mugs. Emma has redecorated the shop for Christmas. That way, customers will relate better to the shop items, and sales will increase. The next thing on her list is to save the celebration. Jet hints that she should be prioritizing getting Tyler to sign, but Emma keeps pretending that's not why she's back. Emma forgets her phone and heads upstairs. While she's gone, Rachel calls and Jet picks up. Jet comes clean that Emma and Tyler are working together on a community project, but it's not necessarily about building trust. Jet senses Emma still has feelings for Tyler, and it's making her uneasy and hesitant in properly approaching him. Tyler gets a call, and it's Mitch hoping to reason with him. Tyler hasn't changed his mind and insists that they go their separate ways. He hangs up before Mitch can persuade him further. Jet meets Emma later on. She's not had much luck with sponsors for the celebration. As for Tyler, she mentions their duet earlier and how it was nostalgic. She admits asking Tyler to sign has to be on a professional level, as she can't let past emotions cloud her judgment. Jet infers Tyler might still have feelings for her, but Emma refutes it. She believes if that were the case, he would have mentioned it before they went their separate ways. Jet wants what's best for Emma, and Emma wants what's best for Tyler. The difference is that Jet can communicate his feelings to Emma, but Emma can't with Tyler. Mrs. Thorne baked cookies for the Christmas choir. While she and Tyler are brainstorming on a possible venue, the doorbell rings. Mrs. Thorne reasons it must be Noah who's come to pick up the cookies. Noah tries to keep his cool, but it doesn't last for long. Tyler is a celebrity and Noah is in awe. Tyler has to clarify that he wasn't always super, he was once awkward and shy. Stardom refined him. Noah has more questions. This time it's about Tyler's personal life. Tyler tells him he used to date Emma in high school. They'd been friends since kindergarten, but he finally summoned the courage in their senior year. Tyler finds Emma and her dad. They're brainstorming, and Frank notices Tyler has a smile that screams success. Tyler announces he's secured the center of Main Street as their venue. Tyler's stardom helped him gain access to the mayor. The venue is a big first step to achieving their goal. Mr. Bloom asks Tyler and Emma to help Noah and Daphne prep for their duet. Emma handles Daphne while Tyler handles Noah. They listen and lecture the kids on how to handle the duet, and then Daphne and Noah head somewhere private to practice. Rachel video calls Jet. She complains Emma has put her on radio silence and wants to hear from Jet how things are progressing. Jet tells her why there's been a hiccup. When Tyler caught his big break and had to go to LA, he'd wanted to keep a long-distance relationship with Emma. Emma thought instead to let him go so he could focus on his bright future. Years later, she's still not moved on, and Jet understands his sister made a huge sacrifice. With Tyler and Emma back in the same vicinity, Emma would have to make some decisions, and Jet's just hoping those decisions don't break her. Tyler and Emma take a stroll. Tyler admits he loves performing, but he doesn't like the business aspect of it. He mentions his label, and the former manager kept trying to put him in a box. He'd done cover songs before like they wanted but decided to go with his own songs for his last album. He's surprised when he learns that Emma listens to his music. He asks for her review on his last album, and she gives him an honest one that he appreciates and he can implement. He voices that it's difficult to find someone he can trust in the music industry. Emma hopes she's an exception. Tyler jokes that he should sign with her knowing she's trustworthy. It's the perfect time for Emma to bring up the deal, but she stays mute. Emma gets back to Rachel. She first apologizes for ghosting, and Rachel mentions Jet has kept her in the loop. She also makes a side comment that Jet is a refreshing guy to talk to. Someone might be catching feelings but not know it yet. Emma gives an update. She's learned that Tyler left his former manager because of creative differences. Rachel likes the progress, commenting Emma is sure to win him over. Emma clarifies that she wants Tyler's best interest and nothing else. Emma and Jet catch up. The Christmas decorations in the shop helped bring in customers. Emma is making progress in both saving the Christmas celebration and getting Tyler to sign. Emma has picked up on Jet and Rachel's building chemistry, but Jet laughs it off as nothing. Emma feels under pressure from work, and Tyler reminds her she thrives under pressure. Tyler is up late writing. He's putting Emma's earlier review into work. He remembers that they both used to write together all the time, and she would give her input then. His mother feels they've avoided themselves long enough and should consider leaving the past behind them so they can start something new, knowing they still value each other. His mom lets him be, and he returns to creating art. Tyler comes to the antique shop looking for a gift for his mom. He's supposed to meet up with Emma afterward. Jet helps him pick something, and Tyler spots Emma outside, waving at him enthusiastically. She informs him she's covered food vendors for the celebration, but it comes at a price. Tyler would have to perform at the cafe to bring in patronage, and in return, the owner of the cafe will get other food vendors to assist. Not only does Tyler's presence bring a crowd to Moe's cafe, his singing and charisma keep them engaged. Jet and Rachel's calls are becoming more frequent and casual. After seeing Emma's duet with Tyler, Rachel comments on how talented Emma is. Their conversation shifts to personal stuff. Jet's more into sports than music, while Rachel played softball in school. She suggests they catch a stadium game together when he's around. It definitely sounds like a date. With the celebration back on track, Mrs. Thorne and the choir kids wrap Christmas gifts. It's a busy day with lots of preparation activities. Emma gets a call from Rachel, pressuring her for a direction on the assignment. Emma tries to stall, but it backfires. Tyler signals to her from across the room that sounds and lights can be ticked off the list. Emma sighs out a yes, and Rachel, who's still on the line, hears and mistakes that for Tyler agreeing to sign. Rachel calls Mitch to tell him her company has successfully signed Tyler Thorne. There's still some paperwork to cover, but it's nothing to worry about. Mitch can't believe his ears and retorts that Rachel is delusional. Rachel replies it's a done deal because the agent she sent to Hullover has been effective. Tyler would like Emma to collaborate on an original Christmas song he wrote. She's always been more of a songwriter than him. Emma prefers to help him fine-tune what he's written, rather than a proper collaboration. Before Tyler can say more, Jet calls out to them to come see something. He was putting away some shipment boxes and stumbled upon old tapes of Christmas caroling celebrations from when they were kids. They watch the tape, smiling and utterly amused at their childhoods playing in front of them. The community has a Christmas craft sale, but it's not going as planned as they've only made a handful of cash. Noah asks Daphne to go and get hot chocolate with him. While Noah and Daphne are enjoying their hot chocolate, Mo brainstorms with Brenda, the mayor's secretary. They agree Brenda can bring a crowd to the cafe, and the kids can have their crafts fair with more patronage. Tyler shows Emma the melody for his new song he's titled, Christmas Is You. The song is about an unexpected romance that sparked during the Christmas season. While he has the melody, he's having trouble with the lyrics. Emma gets him to sing what he has so far, encouraging him that a rough start is better than a blank page. He strums his guitar and sings out what he has for the first verse. The second verse is what needs work. They're interrupted by a knock on the door. It's Mitch, but they don't know that yet. Tyler isn't happy that Mitch sorts him out unannounced. Mitch is determined to get Tyler back, mentioning stuff like he's just heard snippets of the song and he'd like to hear more because it has potential. Tyler feels like Mitch is imposing and insists he needs his privacy and space. Talk about a toxic relationship? Mitch asks if Tyler has found someone else, but Tyler's answer is no. This gives Mitch hope, even as he takes his leave. When Mitch leaves, Tyler notices Emma looks conflicted, but she waves it off when he asks. He lets it be and they get back to working on the song. Mitch calls Rachel to tell her she's running on false hope. Rachel remains confident that Tyler is theirs thanks to Emma. Mitch clarifies Rachel is talking about the woman he saw with Tyler the previous night. Tyler and Emma are supposed to meet up. He's come to realize that Emma was rational and realistic in breaking up with him because a long-distance relationship would have turned sour. Emma confides in Jet that Rachel is running on a misunderstanding and things are getting out of hand. Emma insists she knows the priority, but Jet isn't so sure. Tyler walks in and Jet opts to do damage control with Rachel, while Emma comes clean to Tyler. Meanwhile, Mitch goes looking for Tyler at his mom's place. He's not around and Mitch doesn't want to wait for him, but Marge insists he does wait by dragging him out of the cold and into the house. Tyler appreciates Emma's help. He'd had a fun time with her and he's affirmative she's a key part of his life he can't keep denying. There's something he's never understood though. He needs to know why Emma decided to split up as he believes they could have at least tried. Emma answers that she loved him a lot, but she wanted him to focus on his career. Tyler feels that wasn't for her to decide. She promises she'll always want his best interest and put him first. She'll be someone he can trust, someone who's always honest with him. Okay, Emma, slow down with the honesty part. Tyler confesses he's still looking for another chance at love with her, and Emma needs to give him a clear direction. Marge has no idea she's let Mitch infiltrate. While she's busy making them hot cocoa, Mitch takes a picture of Tyler's work in progress. He also learns more about Emma Bloom and tries to make Marge see that Emma's purpose in Hullover is to sign Tyler. With Brenda and Mo's help, a crowd pulls into the fair and the proceeds at the end of the night exceed their budget. Everyone is excited and Emma voices that cooperation got them this far. They'll need to set up the stage by the following morning. Mitch the Pest shows up and exposes Emma. Tyler is upset because he now believes Emma was only trying to get on his good side for the sake of a contract. Jet calls Rachel for her help, and she shows up, apologetic for Emma's ruined mood and threatened relationship. The subject might be Emma, but Jet is glad to see Rachel in person. Emma goes looking for Tyler at his mom's place because he hasn't been answering her calls or texts. Marge tells her Tyler is still upset, and he won't be staying for the concert. He's decided to leave with Mitch. Emma acknowledges she's messed up, wishing she was honest from the beginning. Marge assures her that everything will be fine, and everyone makes mistakes. Emma is determined to fix hers. She goes to the antique shop and sees Rachel. She delivers the bad news, and both Rachel and Jet are ready to assist her catch up to Tyler before he leaves for good. As the community puts the final touches on the event, Emma manages to get Tyler to listen. He's ready to hear her out as she unbottles her feelings toward him. But it seems like it's too late, and all Tyler can do is take in her words before quietly saying goodbye. While Jet casually reveals to Rachel that he's never been in love, Frank has some words of encouragement for Emma. He believes coming to Hullover has done her good. She's saved the Christmas celebration, and she's reignited her passion for music. Tyler surprises everyone when he returns for the celebration. He couldn't stand being far away from home, especially during the holidays. Emma is MIA, but Tyler has an idea of where she could have gone. The tables have turned, and it's Tyler's turn to convince Emma she can ace the performance. His song was written as a duet, and there's no other person he'd rather sing it with than her. Emma and Tyler take the lead performance for the night, opening the stage for the high school choir. They deliver their original song flawlessly, causing the crowd to erupt in cheers. Rachel is impressed by Emma's performance and offers to manage her songwriting career. Emma is speechless, and Rachel is serious about making Emma a client. Jed is moved by what Rachel has offered Emma. He's also been paying attention during their conversations. He's ready to put more passion into the things he does. He's thinking of expanding the antique business, and Rachel suggests New York is a good market for antiques. It would mean a change of venue, as he's lived his whole life in Hanover, but Rachel has his back. Emma and Tyler end this movie with a kiss. They've fought their love story long enough and now understand they need to start a new chapter together. Tyler's passion started with music, and it was a mistake letting her go in the first place.